Welcome back, everyone. Next, we have Cannabis Bioscience International Holdings, Inc. It trades on the OTC pink sheets under the symbol CBIH. It is a Houston-based, publicly traded company listed on the OTC markets, and the company has developed a diverse range of medical formulations harnessing the therapeutic potential of cannabinoids to address ailments such as cancer, shingles, PTSD, epilepsy, anxiety, and much more. Please welcome President and CEO Dante Picaso. Welcome to the conference today, Dante.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I want to thank each and every one of the people that are attending this function, because I know people are extremely busy nowadays, especially trying to close the year. But, we really appreciate your time. I hope that you're going to find us to be not a waste of time, but something necessary. And let me tell you about the company. As Ms. Anna said, we actually produce formulations with cannabinoids as our base medicine. But we are not per se, not that there's anything wrong with that, but we're not a marijuana company. We're a scientific company. Everything that we touch, everything that we develop, it's under the most strict guidance of medical products, whether we're going to be able to introduce them as a medication, depending on the law at the time and depending on the states, and or nutraceutical supplements. Nutraceutical supplements, it seems like the route that we're going to be taking at the very beginning, because that has very little, if not any restrictions, even though our products are actually manufactured to be real medicine. So that's what we're doing right now. The most beautiful project that we have undertaken is to be in the very small group out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of corporations that wanted to participate. We were chosen to be part of the specific witnesses and or provide information why cannabis needs to be reclassified from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. As a matter of fact, I just got back yesterday from Arlington, Virginia, and we gave our testimony to the court at the Drug Enforcement Administration headquarters. So that is a beautiful project. As a matter of fact, I'm very excited that probably we're finally are going to turn the page and that reclassification is just around the corner. It looks like it just looks, without lying or without exaggerating, but it looks like we're going to have this desperately needed change. For the industry, it's going to be magnificent for creation of employment, alternative medicine for many, many patients that cannot find the answer for their illness in traditional medicine, as well as for all those hundreds and hundreds of thousands that are operating under the great shade of pharmacies will probably now be able to get recommendations from the doctors directly to the pharmacies. And it's going to be a whole new world. Very, very excited. But let me introduce you to the members of our team so that you can actually see firsthand that when I say we're not in the marijuana business, I mean it, and I can back it up. Dr. Rosangel, please introduce yourself, will you?
Sure. Hi, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Rosangel Andrade. I'm a medical intern, and I'm the Research and Development Director at CBIH. Basically, with the whole team, we dedicate or work to developing formulations based on cannabinoids and based on different biotechnologies to enhance the viability of cannabinoids and therefore the safe and effectiveness of the alternative therapies that we are developing in the company. Recently, we started a project to protect our intellectual property. So we have been patenting. Right now, we have about 10 patents, utility patents submitted to the USPTO with formulations that provide relief to people suffering from breast cancer, pancreatic cancer, COVID and other respiratory viral infections, menopause, multiple sclerosis, anxiety, depression. So it's a wide variety of chronic conditions and hard to treat diseases that we found cannabinoids can help through different molecular pathways. We work with different types of medical professionals, and I'm gonna let the team introduce themselves. We have Dr. Jennifer Salgueiro, Dr. Ana Maria Maldonado, which Dr. Salgueiro has a PhD in microbiology. Ana Maria Maldonado has a PhD in pharmacology. We have Dr. Selena Batista, which is a medical doctor. Nancy Rodriguez, which is our formulation pharmacist, and Dr. Nancy Duarte, which has a PhD in biology sciences. And we also have Dr. Ugochi Kiocha, which is our clinical trials director.
Dr. Gochi, could you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Ugochi Okocha, and I'm a medical doctor and with a master's degree in healthcare administration. And I am the director of clinical trials operations here at the company. And I just wanted to let you all know a little bit about what we do. So the research department that I had, we manage different sites. Now, these sites are various clinics that we have in the greater part of Houston, and we work with different doctors. So the doctors that we work in have specialties in family medicine, internal medicine, endocrinology, and also OBGYN. So we are when I say that we are sites, we manage different sites. We are basically we do conduct research for different pharmaceutical companies. We've worked with various pharmaceutical companies like Syneos, BioIVT, Galderma, Icon, Inventiva, IQVIA, and also Audubon, just to name a few. So various studies that we have conducted, they range from Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, the STDs, COVID, NASH, COPD, type 1 and 2 diabetes, thyroid problems like the hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, Hashimoto's, Graves, thyroid eye, just to name a few of the various studies that we have carried out. We do conduct different types of studies. Some of them are long-term studies, and then we also conduct the biological specimen collection. The long-term studies can run from months to years, and while the biological specimen collections are just one-time visits, where if a patient is eligible for the study and they are willing to participate, they have just one visit and a specimen is collected, be it blood samples or urine or saliva or stool, anything that the protocol says to be collected. It's collected, and that would be the end of the collection of that patient. So it's a one-time visit. So this is basically, in a nutshell, what we do at the research departments over here. Thank you.
Dr. Gochi, we're in Houston. And could you also talk a little bit about our partner there at that facility, Dr. Ibeth?
Okay, so yeah, we're the Houston branch, and we do work with Dr. Ibeth. She is a dentist, so she has a master's in periodontology. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, yes. So basically, she's also Spanish speaker, so that does help us with because we have patients that are English speakers and also Spanish speakers. So this helps bridge the gap. And because of our wide range of network that we conduct with different pharmaceutical companies, it is a lot of paperwork, and a lot of filing systems. So she is the head of that department just to ensure that our data is pretty much protected, data is updated, and information is not missed between us and the various companies that we work with.
Thank you, Dr. Gochi. Dr. Ana Maria, could you please talk to us about your background and education and what you have done with other pharmaceutical companies?
Of course. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Ana Maria Maldonado Vaca. I am Venezuelan, but I live in Colombia since 2017. I am a pharmacist and I have a PhD in science with emphasis in pharmacology. This is an opportunity for my growth in the pharmaceutical industry. I work as a clinical monitor in Roche and in Novartis in Venezuela for around, I think, 6 years. And also in GSK as a pharmacovigilance manager and regulatory affairs. And in Colombia, I work as a regulatory affairs in the Department of Team Regulatory for Colombia and for Mexico and CONOSUR in Pfizer for around 2 years. This is my background and this is my education.
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Salguero, please.
Jennifer Salgueiro. I'm from Colombia, but actually I live in Brazil. I'm a biologist, and I did a master and PhD in science with a focus on microbiology at the University of São Paulo, Brazil. At the Biomedical Science Institute, I developed an interest in molecular biology, bacterial genetics, and microbial ecology. I was working in a molecular biology laboratory, particularly in genetics and advanced techniques. I work with RNA sequencing, especially with new generation sequencing, using the Illumina platform, using it to analyze transcriptome profiles under different conditions with a focus on a plant-microbe interaction. In addition to RNA sequencing, I have expertise in real-time PCR, site-directed mutagenesis and cloning, enable precise genetic manipulation in deep molecular analysis. Also, these techniques are essential for us to research gene expression and regulatory networks in microorganisms, providing valuable insights into a microbial behavior and interaction within biological systems. As we know, RNA sequencing is really important because it helps to identify biomarkers, regulatory mechanisms, and therapeutic targets across various conditions and samples. Related to site-directed mutagenesis, I was studying the CRISPR-Cas9 technique. As we know that CRISPR-Cas9 allow for highly specific, efficient, and target mutations, enable detailed functional studies of bacterial genes and pathways. And this is really important because this has revolutionized the bacterial genetics by providing a precise and versatile tool for creating gene knockouts, insertions, and other modifications that can further our understanding of bacterial biology and pathogenesis, especially for bacterial resistance. This is a powerful genome editing tool. And I tried to delete a gene related with multi-drug efflux pump, and it helped me to understand how the bacterial environment responds to a deletion of a gene. Also, I'm interested in the mRNA vaccines, messenger RNA vaccines, and CAR T-cell therapies that are innovative cancer treatment and leverage the immune system to target and destroy cancer cells. And these techniques are really, really important because they are two cutting-edge approach in cancer treatment, harnessing the power of immune system to target and destroy the cancer cells. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctora. Thank you. Dr. Paola, could you please talk to us about your background?
Of course, it's a great pleasure to be here in this meeting. I did my PhD in biological sciences. I studied two autoimmune diseases, rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. And I studied the plasma metabolites and also the cytokines. And therefore, I proposed biomarkers and drug targets for these diseases. In fact, I did my PhD internship in South Africa, where I learned about bioinformatics and data analysis, and it allowed me to perform this data-driven research to propose these biomarkers and drug targets. And there I could meet several scientists from all over the world, and now I'm here in this company supporting the development of cannabinoids formulation, always focusing on the therapeutic pathways that can be addressed with the cannabinoids, and also thinking of the molecular pathways that can be modulated by the cannabinoids.
Thank you, Doctora. Thank you so much. And Dr. Rodriguez, go ahead, please.
Hey, hello, my name is Nancy Rodriguez. I am from Venezuela, but now I am living in Portugal. I am pharmacist with a specialization in pharmaceutical industrial technology, and I have over 15 years of experience in the areas of the research and development and production. During this time, my focus and objectives have been on optimizing production composition and manufacturing process of different products. And now I am working with cannabinoids in this area, the manufacturing and composition. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Doctora. So as you can see, we have and we have other doctors. We have Dr. Torres, which is a national medical director. He's in Puerto Rico. We have two more MDs, and we're just all over the place. We have handpicked the best of scientists, so that we can actually show the world that cannabinoids are just more than the regular use to get you high. We actually, again, nothing wrong with that. People can have their choice of entertainment or adult use, but we are strictly a scientific company. As Dr. Rosengel said, we have already turned in 10 patents, and they were written by the group that you just met. Incredible patents. You would compare to other things that are in the market, and I know we're going to do well. By mid of next year, 2025, we intend to have from 40 to 50 patents registered. Something you may not know, the pharmaceutical companies are grabbing the good product, great patents that are out there. With all the groups combined, Pfizer, Eli Lilly, Merck, Novartis, I believe they already have, I'm not sure, maybe about 150 patents or more. So this is a great product that is going to help us with our exit strategy. Definitely, that's something that we have as one of the big pharmaceutical companies, a takeover or a merger. That's not, to give you an example, why am I saying this? This is public information. Any one of you can just type in your computer right now, later on, tomorrow, Irina Pharmaceuticals. And Irina Pharmaceuticals had one formulation for cannabinoids, okay? I don't think it ever made it to be a patent, and Pfizer bought them for $6.7 billion. So yes, for us, the day-to-day revenues are very important. We're creating that. We're going to distribute our products. But, again, one of our exit strategies where we see our company in, I don't know, perhaps a year or two, particularly depending on the reclassification of cannabis. It may just be sooner, but we see our company creating some kind of allegiance or relationship with the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. This is why we pay a tremendous amount of attention. We have spent a ton of money in protecting our intellectual property. Let me tell you, for example, Dr. Rosangel, could you please describe to the group or talk to them about our product OrthoCan?
Definitely. OrthoCan is a intra-articular knee injection we have proposed as a formulation which harnesses the anti-osteoporotic and anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties of certain cannabinoids combined with other natural products that basically is looking to be the alternative, the new corticosteroid injection for knee osteoarthritis. So without the side effects that can cause steroids locally and systemically, cannabinoids can provide relief. They directly attack the inflammatory pathways. They can create better lubrication in the synovial fluid and therefore restore the cartilage tissue. So not only to provide relief, but to stop disease progression and restore the tissue that can be damaged during osteoarthritis.
Yeah, we actually hope to have the first injection in the world, and many companies are trying. We're not the only ones. But we hope that our formulation will be the first injection that will allow cancer to repair itself. And one of the reasons is because, Dr. Rosangel, talk to them, please, about our nanotechnology, I guess, latest cutting edge approach that we're taking to this.
Sure. So nanotechnology or nanoemulsions are a type of biotechnology that is being the latest on pharmacology and especially cannabinoids, which they have their therapeutic potential, but we need to find the ways to make them more soluble and to make them effective. So we have to find new mechanisms to provide all the effects, all the relief that cannabinoids can provide. So nanoemulsions basically distribute cannabinoids in a way that the body can distribute and assimilate better the effects, and they can act directly on certain receptors. Basically, what we do with nanotechnology is we prolong the effect in time and also enhance the effect in intensity.
Yeah, in other words, we break molecules to be in the millions of them instead of, and that's what nanoemulsions do. So it applies or it goes into the specific part of the body, and you're going to have millions of portions of whatever the illness may be of the application in this case of the knee. We are contemplating, we're not there yet because we have to test the injection. Actually, I'm going to be the first patient. But if it doesn't restore the cartilage, well, number one, it'll be a great competition to the steroid injection, but we want it to be more. And our injection will be much better because it will not have the side effects. One of the ingredients on our formulation is collagen. Collagen is a protein that is present in each and every fiber of our body, that it's in the bones, the cartilage. So that's one of the ingredients, plus the cannabinoids and a couple of other medications. Obviously, we have to protect our intellectual property, so I'm not going to give the entire formulation out. But at any rate, that's one of our formulations. If it wasn't to work in the way that we intend to, we have discussed with all our scientists, doctors, of adding a virus to a domesticated virus, to where when the medication stops working, then the virus kicks in, bringing the medication to be activated time after, again and again and again. So those are the type of projects that we have. And we're not that far off. We're not crazy. Dr. Rosangel talked to him about viruses in breast cancer and other cancer medications, how science is starting to understand the effects of that type of medication.
Definitely. So viruses are being used for certain decades now in vaccines. And now we have something called virotherapy. And it's basically that you can load viruses with chemotherapy agents or radiotherapy agents, and the virus will go directly into the cell because viruses need intracellular matrix to replicate. So when the virus goes into the cell, it basically delivers the chemotherapy or any anti-cancer therapy that the researchers are investigating, and it can directly attack the cancer cell without affecting the surrounding tissue, which is the main side effects or the main difficulty with current chemotherapy and radiotherapy approaches.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Dr. Rosangel, because cannabinoids, contrary to all other chemotherapies, protect the tissue. They actually protect the tissue, and they kill the VEGFs. Dr. Salguero, why don't you talk to us a little bit about that, will you?
Sir, actually, VEGF, the vascular endothelial growth factor, is an important blood subminister of nutrients for the tumor and the microenvironment of the tumor. So what we know that the cannabinoids that they can attack specifically these cancer cells, and they can protect the surrounding tissue because they have the target just only with the cancer cells specifically, and they have anti-angiogenic, that is this ability to kill this cancer cell where it avoids the spread and inhibit this VEGF specifically. And they have anti-metastatic, that is the spread of these cancer cells in another organs or another surrounding tissue. For this reason, cannabinoids like CBD, CBG, THC, THCV has the property to inhibit the tumor microenvironment and protect the other cells.
Yes.
Jennifer, Dante, I'm sorry to interrupt. We have to move on to our next presenter, which is starting in 1 minute. But this is such important work that you guys are doing, and we have so many questions from our viewers for you. So I want to just give you a second just to say thank you. And we must have you on again in 2025, and really important work that you all are doing. And we really appreciate you being on the conference today.
Yeah, no, I just want to thank each and every one of you again for taking your time to join us, to understand our company. And whether you do would like to talk to us a little more, we're available 24/7. But look at your cannabis stocks, because what we expect for the industry for what we expect to happen with our industry in the next 3 to 6 months, it's going to be magnificent. I mean, the future of medicine is in cannabinoids, not on opioids. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Wonderful. Thank you all, and we'll see you in 2025.
Thank you,
all right,
Anna.
stay with us.
Happy New Year.
Everyone, Happy New Year. We'll be right back, everyone.